Hi there, I am Sarah Colas. Welcome to the Dressing Up podcast, where we talk about all things bridal, dresses, and general dressing up topics. I love to encourage women to dress up while expressing their personal style with confidence on how to do so. Visit sarahcolas.com to book a bridal alterations fitting or even inquire about designing the custom couture bridal gown of your dreams. I'm so excited to talk to you about this next topic. Let's get started. Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the Dressing Up podcast. This episode is so exciting. At this point in time that you're listening to this, the gown is complete. How exciting. But I'm actually recording this podcast for all of you looking into the future. Right now, today is December 3rd, 2024, and this is the first day that I'm going to officially be starting on Angela's wedding dress. So I'm going to show you kind of what we're thinking as of right now. The design is still a little bit unfinished, but I'm going to go ahead and start with the mock dress today. So as many of you may know, when I design custom couture bridal gowns, I always start with a mock dress made out of an inexpensive cotton fabric to confirm the fit and style before cutting into the actual fabric. So that's what I'm working on today. So the design still is not set in place, and I'll explain to you why. But if you're watching on YouTube right now, I'm holding up a sketch of what we're thinking for her dress. So it's going to be simple. It's her favorite word to describe her wedding dress is the word simple, which is not me. So I'm working hard to combine and collaborate with her our ideas. So the front, we're thinking of a high neck dress. She seems pretty sure that that's something she wants, something high neck. So I'm thinking boat neck. We're going to do slim and sleek on the skirt, nothing hip hugging, nothing too tight, but nothing with volume either. So it's just going to gracefully fall over her body. And then in the back, as of right now, what I'm really wanting is this detachable train idea. And it's something that I just sketched out on paper. I like the way it looks on paper. I might think differently after I see it actually on her in person. So this is kind of where the drama is going to be, is on the back of the dress. Now for fabrics, what I want and what she probably wants are different things. So we'll see where we end up. But my mom and I did do a 1-day New York City trip just recently to fabric hunt for her wedding dress, which was so much fun. I cannot recommend that enough. The flight to New York City, what is it? Like only an hour and a half. It is so easy. We don't have to bring luggage. We just brought our purses, hopped off the plane, hopped in the taxi, straight to the fabric store, did that, had lunch, walked around a little bit, and then went back to the airport. So it was so fun, so easy. That trip was fabulous. It's funny because we ended up kind of sort of focusing on the mother of the bride herself because she found this gorgeous fabric that she just fell in love with, myself as well. It's got a little hint of purple in it. So if you've seen that dress, that little hint of purple is something she was really wanting because Angela was a purple girl growing up and she chose not to do purples for her wedding. So my mom said, well, there has to be purple somewhere. So she's going to wear it. So I want to show you kind of some options. So like these are some of the lace options that she's kind of liking. I can't say I completely agree, but like it seems like she likes the Chantilly lace, which I love. But then she's into kind of these brocade fabrics that I'm not a huge fan of, but it's fine. Something kind of like this. But what I'm kind of hoping for is there is this one fabric in New York that I was just totally loving. Let me find it. Okay, so this is the one lace style that I was really enjoying. It's a Chantilly lace made in France. And what I really love about it is that it wasn't just a straight up repeated floral. It's got a lot of different floral types in it, and it's also got some like leafy pieces. And then once I layered it with a tiny hint of nude underneath, I just think that would be gorgeous. So I hope I hope that's what we end up doing. We'll see. You guys know better than I. Well, actually, I'll show you what my mom liked as well. She liked this combination of it's kind of like a French Alençon lace with metallic gold threads in it, and then this slightly champagne metallic gold fabric underneath it. So that's an option. So we'll see what she ends up doing. And then my mom's dress, you guys have seen by now, I'm sure. I'm hoping to make myself this bridesmaid dress out of this. It's like a light green, 100% silk shantung embroidered with these little flowers on it. I think this would be fabulous. So Angela's thinking about doing all different styles of light green bridesmaid dresses, particularly like sages and all. but I think it would just be fabulous. Maybe a little combination of a couple different things. But anyway, so this episode, I'm going to go through all the details of making Angela's wedding dress. Today, starting with the mock dress. I've done this style of podcast before. So you might remember my sister Melissa's wedding dress. I did an episode all about her dress. I believe it was episode 46. And I do believe I also did one, or I should have, at this point in time that you're watching this, done one for Bride Phoebe, where I did her Target bedsheet dress that you guys have probably seen. She's getting married January 7th, so the wedding hasn't yet happened yet, so I can't post that one yet, but I'm excited to, and I hope you guys listen to it. All right, so right now I'm in like all these planning stages of Angela's dress. So we're looking at fabrics. Now, usually I would choose the fabrics before making the mock dress. However, for Angela, we're still a little unsure. I want to do a full lace dress myself with that lace that I showed you, but she's kind of thinking she might want a more plain fabric. So we'll see what we end up doing, but that's why we haven't purchased fabrics yet because I don't want to spend all this money on ththese fabrics and then she ends up changing her mind. So I want to do the mock dress and then see what she thinks. I'm trying to get really organized. I've got like my calendars. I'm listing out dates of when I'm going to do fittings with her, kind of keep a timeline so I stay on track with everything I need to be doing. To start things off, when I do a custom couture bridal gown, I like to see the bride in person if possible, but over Zoom is totally fine too. And just really chat about all the details of what she's thinking for her gown. Now, because Angela's my sister and we love our coffee dates, we met at a coffee shop that I may or may not be throwing her shower at, Red Dot in Northville. This is what I did for her. So I printed out screenshots from my Pinterest boards and just kind of went through and made little notes with her about what she likes and doesn't like. She's a little more picky than Melissa was, so there's a lot of no's, but once we find a yes, we're very sure about it. So just some more ideas that I was playing around with her. So once we settled on kind of some certain ideas about her wanting a high neck, a more slim dress, then I went ahead and did a bunch of sketches. It was kind of fun because I made this little sketchbook of ideas for her wedding dress. I started it while I was on an Alaskan cruise in October. So some of these sketches I did in Alaska. How fun is that? But together we came up with this design at the coffee shop. All right. And then the week of Thanksgiving, I finally sat down and went through my computer program, made all of her wedding dress patterns. So all those are nicely created from the start. I'm going to pull those out today because they just came in the mail and I want to show you. So when I make patterns on the computer, especially for wedding dresses, the pattern shapes are so big that if I were to print it out with my home computer on 8.5 by 11s, I would be taping and cutting for days and days and days. So I have this online site, I could tell you what it is if you ask me, where I get the patterns printed on larger paper. Okay, so this is what the papers look like. All right, so I've got these large pieces of paper, but even these aren't large enough. So I need to now tape them all together and then cut out the actual pattern shapes. And then when I get things printed like this, I like to kind of batch work a little bit. So I already have Angela's bachelorette party dress patterns printed right here. She has no idea what it even looks like yet. I'm hoping that she's okay with it. I made the design of her bachelorette party dress based off of a couple photos that she liked on my Pinterest board, but then also I found this fabric when I was in New York and I bought it for her bachelorette party dress. Honestly, at this point in time, we don't even know where her bachelorette party is going to be, but I know what she likes and doesn't like. So I think that this style of dress that I'm going to make for that is hopefully something that she will like. So I'm going to get to work on these patterns. I'm hoping I can get them all cut out of the cotton fabric and the mock dress sewn up by Saturday. I'm hoping she can come over Saturday and do a first fitting, and that's when a lot of wedding dress decisions need to be made. So a little bit about Angela's wedding. She's having it at Meadowbrook Country Club in Northville, Michigan. They just renovated this new space. It's going to be fabulous. I can't wait to see it all come together. But overall, Angela has really been doing a lot of the planning herself. She's been doing a good job. Right now, we're kind of in the stages of trying to complete some of the vendor bookings, such as hair, maybe makeup, and the florist, the wedding coordinator. But yeah, for the most part, she's just moving along nicely. You know, this is the third wedding in our family. So we kind of know what we're doing at this point. She knows what she likes and doesn't like for the most part. And she's able to kind of make those decisions quickly and just kind of know how this all works. So I'm going to get to work and I'll be back with you guys in a moment. All right, so fast forward about an hour here. I got everything cut out and hung up behind me here. Behind her wedding dress patterns, I also got the bachelorette party dress patterns cut out as well. All right, so next steps is to cut the dress out of this cotton fabric. All right, this is just what I always use. And I'm gonna start that process. I do want to show you this one pattern piece. This piece in the back, there's like this back flounce thing going on if it ends up happening. But this piece is so funky looking. Look at that. Right? So we'll see how that works out. This is my brain just working on it on the computer, and I came up with this swirly design for the flounce. And it's very large, so I may have to chop it up into a couple pieces once I actually cut it out of the fabric. But that piece I think is kind of fun. Okay, so I've got to get to work. I'm going to turn this computer off so I can just keep on cruising here, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Okay, so fast forward, Angela tried on her mock dress, and I was kind of surprised. She liked the train concept that I had, and we did a couple fitting tweaks, and it was enough that I decided to do a second mock dress. So I made those little changes, and then I made the whole mock dress again because I just wanted to be extra, extra sure that she was going to love it. And then we placed the fabric order right away. You might remember, it was a way back now by the time you're listening to this, but I had this whole saga on Instagram stories about her dress fabric. So let me explain a little bit. At her first muslin fitting, I showed her all these different fabric types. At that point, I already showed her probably 20 different options of different laces. And she says, no, I definitely don't want this type of lace. I don't like this type of lace. I don't like this type of lace. And so I'm showing her all these options of things that are not those things. And it's always no. It's no, 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 no. And I show her all these more fabrics after my second hunt, got more samples. And no, 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 no. And then, I'm like, we're running out of options here. And she's like, well, this is it. This is all you have. And I'm like, you know what? When you eliminate an entire category of lace, this is all I could come up with what we have left. There was one option that I thought she would like, and it's rare to find, a embroidered silk organza. Okay. Not an embroidered polyester organza. I don't love that material. I'm a bit of a fabric snob, as you know. So I did find on Etsy, Saifee Weaves, Weaves. She's based in Canada. And I found this fabric on Etsy, 100% silk organza, embroidered, very much an ivory tone. This was the last fabric I was going to show her. And I showed her this one last because I thought out of all the fabric samples I had, this one I thought was most likely going to be one that she might like. So I saved it for last. And I did not want Mother of the Bride, Cynthia Colas, love her. She loves everything I show her. So I didn't want her opinion to influence Angela's with this particular fabric because I felt good about it. So I asked my mom during the fitting to shut your eyes. I want Angela to see this fabric first without mom's influence so that I could get Angela's raw reaction. So she has the muslin on during this fitting, and it was a big piece of fabric. I could only order like a quarter yard or something was the smallest amount I could get. So it was a pretty big sample. Held it up onto her body and got it all situated. And she says, I love it. I was so relieved. She loved this fabric so much right away, which I do feel like is rare for Angela, knowing that she said absolutely no to all these other fabrics. And now this one is yes. Mom opens her eyes, loves it too. We all just had this really special moment. Like we were saying yes to the fabric. And I was so relieved. But I always know before we get too excited with fabric sample shopping, you can buy a sample and then you can go back weeks later to go actually buy the fabric and then it's gone. That just happens. That's the nature of making custom dresses. That is a possibility. There's no way around it. There's just not as many fabric retailers as there used to be. I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole. So I immediately, after they both say they like it, I jump on my phone to make sure I can get more. And it turns out the Etsy listing, I think only had 1.5 yards left, I believe, which is way too little. I really needed double digits of yardage. So that was a buzzkill. And we're all just staring at each other like, ooh, what are we going to do? I immediately message the Etsy seller and ask, can you get more or is this it? And honestly, it was such a nice fabric that I honestly did not know if this was a vintage fabric or not, or if it was made recently. So I messaged the Etsy reseller, and then we're all just like pausing during this fitting, trying not to get emotional any way or the other. So I said, everyone just take a deep breath. I'm going to work on this. And then from there, I message on Instagram and also email, try calling every fabric store I could possibly think of and showed him a picture of this fabric, just in case this Etsy seller can't get more, that I'm able to ask all these different places. And it turns out all those different places didn't have it. Shocking. So now I'm like, well, maybe this really was a vintage piece. But then the Etsy seller finally did get back to me hours later. I am at a bar with my parents and my older sister, Colleen, and the Etsy seller gets back to me and she's saying, well, how many yards do you need? And I didn't have a paper and pen. My mom had a pen in her purse. So I grab a napkin and I'm figuring out how much yardage I'm probably going to need. I came up with about 12 yards or so. So she eventually got back to me, I believe it was the next day, and confirmed that she can get more fabric. So she's working with some manufacturer somewhere and ordering through them. So she was able to get more. So I was so relieved. And, I tell my mom and Angela, like, this is likely going to happen. I feel pretty good about this. But of course, I was never going to believe it till I actually saw it. And then she confirmed that she received the fabric and was going to ship it out to me. So I felt even better about it. Finally received it in person. It was amazing. Amazing. But it sent us for quite the roller coaster of emotions. But I'm just really glad we have it. And then, of course, it's sheer fabric. So I need a material to go underneath it. And right away, I ordered from Mood Fabrics her underneath fabric, which is a silk crepe material. And I was shocked that took so long to come in. I ordered it in like mid-January, and then they told me it was back ordered, so it won't be till mid-February. And I said, that's a lot further out than I want, but this is the fabric I want. And by the time I do the research to find another supplier, it might end up being mid-February anyway. So I just said, fine, mid-February is fine. And then mid-February came and went, and it was just delay after delay. And so now here we are. Today is February 27th. And I just noticed, I literally watched the USPS delivery person drop off this package. And I saw them from my studio window, and I was waiting for them to drive off so I could go over there and snatch it. But it's all her crepe fabric. So anyway, here it is. How much did I order? I ordered 12 yards of that. So I'm able to finally get started on the dress today. I have been waiting and waiting for all of this fabric to come in. So I always said, once it came in, I'm going. I'm making it, and I'm going to get her in for a fitting as soon as possible. This just kind of goes to show that this is sometimes how custom dressmaking works. And this actually sometimes happens at bridal shops too, that little issues can happen along the way. It's never guaranteed when we can get fabrics. It often takes months to get fabrics in. So I started looking for fabrics for Angela's wedding dress in early November, when my mom and I went to New York City, and we did that whole thing, got some swatches. I ordered some swatches online. We looked at the swatches together, brainstormed. She told me what she liked and didn't like. So I started to get more of the things that she did like, ordered more swatches, ultimately ordered the fabrics, went through the whole snafus of all these delays of shipping and back ordered materials and everything. It was not an easy journey. That is a total of 4 months from the moment we started looking for fabrics to when we actually got the fabrics in our hands. And at the beginning, I would have told you it might have taken 2 months, but things happen. So this is just one of the challenges of designing gowns from scratch. So anyway, what else I've been working on in the meantime is some bridesmaid dress work. So you can kind of see in the background here, I've got Colleen's bridesmaid dress and then my bridesmaid dress, which I haven't started yet. And then I just got the fabric in today for Melissa's bridesmaid dress, and I'm very disappointed. I do not like it. It is very iridescent. I wanted a solid color silk taffeta in a light green color, and it is iridescent, so when the light hits it just right, sometimes it looks yellow, sometimes it looks blue. I'm working on it, and I called my mom over. She should be here any moment so we can talk about it together. So fabric has been dramaful. My goodness. But I'm going to go ahead and get started on her actual wedding dress. So I've got work to do. I'll talk to you guys soon. Okay, fast forward. I just cut out a bunch of pieces for Angela's wedding dress. So you can see it behind me on the mannequin here. I would get up closer, but I'm sure by now you've probably seen a million photos of it. So I've got all the skirt pieces cut out. I've got the back train a little bit cut out, and I need to start working on the top. So I'm going to do that tomorrow, but it's very labor intensive cutting out all these really large pieces. So I'm going to go ahead and take a break. But I had some company today. I had mom here. She was doing needlepoint. So she's working on a needlepoint pillow for Angela. This has kind of become a tradition in our family. The letter D for Dombeck, her future new last name. Once she's done with that, I'm going to turn it into a pillow for a bridal shower gift. So we were just working away up here. It's moving along. I feel good that we got something started.
Looks beautiful.
She said it looks beautiful.
You work well.
She said I work well.
Keep you on task.
She keeps me on task. She actually does too. All right, very good. I'll talk to you guys soon. Hey ladies, we are back. So fast forward, it is now Tuesday, May 27th, 2025. And believe it or not, we're doing our very last fitting for Angela's wedding dress. So we got the dress very much how we like it. The veil has been the latest project, which has been very time consuming, right, Cynthia?
Oh, yeah,
Yeah. She corrects me. Yeah, mom. So mom has helped me cut out a lot of the lace that's shown on the veil. This lace came directly from the wedding dress fabric. So we tediously took our little scissors. We, as in I probably did like a quarter of it, maybe, but otherwise mom was cutting out all these teeny tiny little lace pieces all the way around. People are going to ask, was it machine sewn on or hand sewn? I'm going to say it was both. So you can see kind of this like fluid one line that goes through all of the lace. I did that by machine, just a little light zigzag, and then hand stitched the little tiny flowers, all these little guys down that are hanging off the edge. Hence why it is not completely done yet, but it will be extremely soon. So we're working on that. And then Angela had one task in this entire wedding dressmaking process, and that was to find her shoes. So just today, she finally got her shoes so we can work on finishing the hem and the bustle. Do you want to show the shoes? Oh, lift your feet up. Yeah, cute. Look at that. Okay, these are Nina shoes. It just so happens that both of you and Melissa chose Nina shoes, but they're really cute. Are they comfortable so far?
Not really, but
Not
they'll be
really.
okay. Doesn't matter.
They'll be okay. So yeah, we're excited to put this back on, officially pin the hem, and finish the bustle. And yeah, it's going well. Okay, she's got the dress on, the overskirt on, and we're about to put the veil on.
I love it. She looks beautiful.
I'm about to stop this portion of the podcast. Do you have anything to say while you're standing in the dress? Thank you. You're the best sister ever.
Sarah
Anything like that?
sewed this dress. And
thank
I'm
you.
appreciative
I love you
and
very
thank
much,
you,
you're my
and
favorite
I'm your favorite sister,
and I'm so lucky.
and you're so lucky to have me.
No one else will ever wear this wedding dress.
Wow.
You're
I
the
know,
only
literally
one.
no, because it's way too tight.
Oh. Is that a you problem or a seamstress problem?
There's no give.
Okay, here we are. Fast forward. We are now at Angela's wedding dress photo shoot. I just got my makeup done by Danielle from Artistry. And then Angela's currently working on hair with Carlina from Hairpins and Happiness. Say hi, Penny. Oh. There's Gabe.
How she's doing. Hello.
Hello. So I've got all the dresses hanging up here behind me. If you're watching on YouTube, you'll be able to see some things here. So you can see all these dresses. Okay, I'm going to go through them real quick. Angela's engagement photo shoot, bachelorette party, one of the bridal showers, the other bridal shower, my mom's dress for the bridal shower, Colleen's dress for the bridal shower, my dress for the bridal shower, rehearsal dinner, getting ready outfit, mom's mother the bride dress, mom's mother the bride shawl, flower girl dress, Melissa's maid of honor dress, Colleen's bridesmaid dress, my bridesmaid dress, the brunch the day after the wedding, skirt, and then the wedding dress, and the overskirt and the veil. Okay, and then we've got behind me, Cam, do you want to say hi?
Hello, podcast world. Cameron reporting in from Saracola Studios.
Hello, it's Melissa. We're so excited. I'm not the bride anymore, unfortunately, but it's fun watching Angela be the bride.
This is our help for today. They're going to pick up lunch for us and just be around for the fun of it. And then we've got Mother of the Bride, round 3.
Mother of the bride, that's me.
You're going to be modeling today too, Mom. Are you excited?
No, I've done it before.
Mom, you're a veteran model. It's all good. Here's Danielle. She just did my makeup.
Hello, I'm Danielle.
She's about to do Angela's. Angela's getting her hair done right now with Carlina.
Ooh, oh my gosh. Yeah. I'm doing some curls.
Carlene is doing a little half up do, and then we're going to switch it later to maybe a little bit more up. I'm loving it so far.
Carlina, you want to say hi?
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing well. We're excited for today. So we have all the same vendors that we had for Melissa's photo shoot last year, which went so well. So we're basically trying to repeat that, only better, right, Ange?
Right.
That's right. Okay. Who's going to be a better model, do you think? You or Melissa?
Probably Melissa.
Okay, cool. So Penny just gave me this gift. Let's check it out. Okay, I already love what I'm seeing. I see some lace on this book. Okay, look how cute. Oh my gosh. Vintage weddings, 100 years of bridal fashion and style. Penny, do you know me or what? This is so cool. I've never seen this book before. I love that.
So,
Oh my
like,
goodness.
Last night I was leafing through for
Oh
like.
my gosh. I'm going to read this whole thing.
Yeah.
Okay, this is awesome. Really a gift to all of my brides because they'll get to see it too. So thank you.
Yeah.
Hi, Gabe.
Hi, everyone.
So you're doing video today. What's
doing
your,
video.
what's your plans?
Well, right now we're setting this light up. What we're gonna do this time around, we're gonna light with this. This will be our key light. That'll brighten up Angela and all the models. So this is very bright. Then we might actually put some other lights over on the other side, do what we call a hair light, which gives usually a little bit of a separation of the subject on the opposite side of the key light. And then we might hit the backdrop with another light just to brighten it up and again, make the subject pop out, right? So that's what we're setting up now so that we have great light all day. We don't have to worry about it again. And yeah, I think it'll pay off.
Wonderful. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Thank
Excited
you.
to see what you come up with. She is here as our second shooter. So she's going to get a lot of behind the scenes and just like all those other photos that Penny's not able to get just as a one-person photographer. And then she's also here for the energy because Astrid brings the energy and we really need that. The models love it. So
It's going to be awesome. So great to be back.
oh, thank you. All right. and then
Hi.
Here's Penny. She's going to be working with us on the photography. She did such a good job with Melissa's last year. So I'm really excited to see what you
So
come up with this
excited.
year.
So excited. We have our inspo board, all the creativity, all the juices flowing today. This is an awesome team. So yay.
Yay. This is Erin.
Hey guys.
She's helping us out today with various help, but also she's getting some sewing done because, you
Yes.
know, the
Busy,
brides
busy.
don't stop just because we took a day off for the photo shoot.
Yes, we're so excited and I can't wait to see Angela's dress. I'm
Yeah.
glad I get to see it before all of you, but it'll be worth the wait.
Erin has seen the dress come to life in actuality, but she hasn't seen it on Angela yet.
No, not even the muslin. So I've only ever seen it on a hanger. So this is gonna
Yeah.
be great.
Yeah.
Excited.
Yay.
Yay.
Ange, a lot of people are rooting for you.
This is a big
A lot of
moment.
pressure.
A big moment.
Yeah.
It's awesome. We're excited for her to get married and join her new life and being a
Yeah.
wife and be a bride. Yeah, it's so fun. It's fun to see all the pieces come together.
Yeah.
So this is a long time in the waiting since like what, December you started?
I don't know. When did
Yeah.
that start? Yeah.
Maybe December, November.
December.
Yeah.
Yeah.
November officially
The
for
fabric
fabric.
as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is like a big time moment. We're
Yes.
excited.
Yeah.
Yay.
Thanks, Erin. Appreciate it. We're in the process of the photo shoot, and Angela now has her wedding dress on. So if you're watching on YouTube, I'm going to give you a peek. There she is. So it's going really well. She's got her veil on right now and the train. It's stunning. Everyone's working so hard. This has just been fabulous. She did a hair switch up. We did lunch. We photographed a million dresses. And there's Melissa and Mom. So we just did a fun surprise thing with the bow on her wedding dress and surprised Mom with it. So that was really fun. So we're going to keep working on this wedding dress photography, and then we're going to move on to some branding shots, some flat lays, and then I think we're wrapping up. So next time she puts this dress on will be the wedding day, and we're very excited for that. And I can't wait for you all to see the final photo and video from this beautiful bridal portraits photo shoot. Thank you so much for listening. I hope this episode has allowed you to approach the world with greater confidence in your own personal style. If you have any questions at all, feel free to reach out through email or the inquiry form on the website. I hope you are all ready to go and get dressed up. I look forward to sharing more dressing up tips with you in future episodes. Thanks so much.